Hi, Tony Fox here. You've probably heard us talking about this benefit that LeAnn Rimes is coming to do this Sunday, Ponte Vedra. It's an acoustic show that she's doing to raise money and help out all the storm victims from these horrible storms that have hit the Midwest and the southern parts of our country, especially in Joplin, Missouri. Well, I got to talk to LeAnn last week. She actually called in during her honeymoon, so that was pretty nice of her. And here is that interview.
The reason I'm so connected to this is because I've been in 3 of them myself, and I've experienced anything from like the roof picking up off of the ceiling where I'm staying in a closet and turning around and turning sideways and sitting back down, and the house next to me blowing away. So to like I was performing at Boxcar Willie's Theater in Branson, Missouri when I was like 10, I think, or 11 years old. And the whole hotel next to us blew away, but I was on stage singing at the time. I was terrified to walk on because I was going to be electrocuted. Like, tornadoes and I do not have a good run. Let's just put it that way. And I for every house I built, other than being in LA, because we really don't have many tornadoes out there, I've always built a storm shelter because I'm really, really, really terrified of them.
Oh my gosh!
So I really have like a connection with people who've gone through this situation. And you know, it's not like when I was younger that I had this like extravagant house to like live in and be protected by. So I know what it feels like to, you know, live in a normal house and go through these, you know, horrible, you know, all of a sudden it's hailing outside and then it becomes so calm and then you hear these sirens and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? You know, where do I go? And it's really terrifying. I mean,
oh, I can only imagine. Well, I'm from Ohio, so you know, we tend to get tornadoes there as well. So you know, grew up doing the whole tornado drill in school and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
you know. And the thing about the thing about them is, Mother Nature doesn't discriminate whether you are rich, poor,
no.
Big house, small house, famous, not famous. Mother Nature can still get you. We saw that last year when Nashville was hit by floods, and Kenny Chesney is on a boat and his house is submerged.
Oh my God, it was so funny. I mean, this is not a joke, but Eddie and I have kind of joked about how it's like, God, we have to do something, because last year when the Nashville storms came through, my band and I, all of us lost all of our equipment.
Yeah.
When we went on the road, everyone did a lot. Phil Vassar, Kenny, everybody. Not only their house, but we lost our equipment to go on the road. And I was actually with. We decided we were going to go on vacation, so we were on vacation at that moment. And I was so far away that no one was reporting it, so I was having to call back every 5 seconds and find out what was going on. And oh my God, would it be lost? And you know, my band members, it's like, you know, your band members don't necessarily, you know, have insurance or whatever it may be, and so they're losing like $18,000 worth of equipment, you know, pieces of equipment at the time. Then you're like, what can we do? What can we figure out? And it's heartbreaking. And you know, when it hits that close to home, it makes you realize, like, oh, it makes you thankful for everything that you have. And I mean, my band members are so amazing. They're like, oh, we have another bass or we have another guitar. It's fine. You know, we've moved on. There's a lot of people that didn't move on and haven't moved on. And there's a lot of people that haven't moved on in these situations between Missouri and Texas and what have you. And it's like, you know, it's very, very, very sad. So this is the least we could do, is come and hang out with you guys and do an amazing concert with, you know, me completely stripped down acoustic, and Eddie's going to come join me and hang out. We're going to have drinks with someone who bids on the highest bidder after the show, basically. And there's tons of people, Taylor Swift, like tons of people have given memorabilia, signed memorabilia for the show that we're going to be auctioning off before. So people are really, really getting into this whole, you know, show, and hopefully we'll raise a lot of money to help a lot of people.
Yeah, well, they need help. The pictures from these areas are unreal. Unreal.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I've seen them. I actually talked to my mom. My mom, you know, lives in Dallas, and they were in the basement the other night.
Yeah.
Completely terrified. And I've seen, you know, Joplin, Missouri completely like washed out, and I don't even know how to explain it. I've been there. That's the only thing I say. I've been there, and I've been the fortunate one. It's sad to see the people that aren't. you lose your life, you lose your home, you lose everything that you have.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the benefit a little more, because you're going to do an acoustic show, and it's something that I'm not sure I recall you doing even an acoustic performance, whether it be something on an award show or concert or anything. Do you do them that often?
You know what's so funny is that about, I guess, probably 6 or 8 months ago, I've done a lot of acoustic shows only for like radio stations where we go in and we'll play for like 20 to 50 people, and it's me and a guitar, and people seem to enjoy it so much because there's this, I'm not jumping around on stage in front of thousands and thousands of people, and it's this intimate performance where people get to know me a little bit better, and it's person to person, it's, you know, human to human, it's just me singing, we have a great time, we talk, we chill, we hang out. So it's, I had to convince my manager and my agent I wanted to tour this, and so the last 6, 7, 8 months we've been actually touring it. It's been so amazing. I've done this for 17 years live, like just, you know, I've been doing it since I was 5 live, but I mean 17 years professionally, and I've never had more fun in my entire life than to hang out with just, you know, a small audience and really get to know people. Like people ask me questions. I love talking to people. You know, it's just this one-on-one. You feel like you're in my living room and we're having a great time. And so usually we have four musicians who come with me. This time for this show, we had to put it together so fast. I have a guitar player and a percussionist, and we're going to play songs. I have 2 new records that I'm working on. Vince Gill produced a covers record that all the songs originally were recorded by men. So now from a woman's perspective, it's kind of a fun record. And then I'm also working on a completely different album that's all my own material. So you'll hear all new songs. You'll hear the hits completely done in a different way, obviously, because it's acoustic. And you really do feel like you're just hanging out with me in my living room, especially this. I think the theater's like 450 people. So, I mean, you really, really feel like you're having dinner with me. Like, we just had dinner to hang out with me, and we're going to sing. We're going to have a couple drinks.
That's cool. And I will tell you, this venue is very intimate. So I really think that the people who come are going to get that feeling that you're describing, because there's no bad seat in the house.
No, when you have 450 people, it really, I mean, God knows I've played for bigger audiences than that and felt that intimate. And it's like, and when you're 450 people, you really do feel like you're sitting in someone's living room.
Yeah. And
you're sitting around them. And I, you know, that I'm playing in front of so many people, I only see the first, like, 3 or 4 rows faces.
Sure.
And that's all I ever get to see. And this time, like, when you play for 450 people, you get to see every single face in the audience. So you get to see how they react to songs and what they want to, like, how they're feeling and how they're enjoying it and what they want to say. And I'm always kind of open to everyone just kind of speaking their mind and having a great time. And you know, when you come to see us live, you totally get it, because I'm one of those that just talks the whole time. I used to not be. I mean, when I was 13, like, I was so shy, and I was like, okay, let's move to the next song. Like, here goes. And now I'm like, hey, what's up? Let's hang out. What's going on? How you feeling? What's bothering you tonight? Oh, we have a song for that.
People do. I mean, you like to go to a concert and you like to hear a song that sounds like it's on the CD, but you also want something a little different too, because you're there live. So, I mean, these days we could see a video, you know, we could listen to your CD anytime, but you want something special. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a real treat. I think it's going to be a real treat for this fundraiser.
Well, if anything, I mean, hopefully you enjoy the show, but if anything, if you come out and you're bringing, you know, you're bringing revenue to the show, and also through the silent auction or through the auction, that you're basically, you know, really, the money's going, I know 100% from my heart, directly to people who need it, and that's the most important thing.
And I don't want to insult you or anything, LeAnn, but let me just tell you that we've had some ladies on Facebook that, well, it's okay that you're coming, but they really want to see Eddie because he's hosting. I hope that doesn't offend
you. I completely understand. I really want to see him too. I see him all the time. Trust me, I get it completely. There's a lot of women who want to see him. He's a doll. He really is. And so happy. We're on our honeymoon right now, and to be able to, talk to you guys and be able to plan this, I'm so happy that everything kind of came together as it did.
Well, we appreciate it very much that you're doing this. A lot of country artists are doing shows and raising money, and I know it's because, you country artists are more giving than any others. I mean, hands down. And you've been there when it happened in Nashville last year. You know what it's like. So I think it's just awesome.
Yeah, I've been there since I was probably 6 years old. I understand what it feels like. So I want to be there for people when they really, really need it. I mean, that's what if there's one thing in life that I've learned, it's putting yourself aside for another. That's what makes the most sense in life. That's what gives you the most gratification as a human being, and knowing that you're helping someone else to make someone's life better. And if this is the least I can do is to enjoy what I do, to bring people happiness and to change people's lives, and so be it.
I don't know if these storms follow you, but let's just hope they don't and they stay away from here when you come.
I agree. Yes, please.
No, I'm sure it's going to be absolutely fine. It's going to be a great night. And I'll tell you, we really appreciate that you're taking your time out on your honeymoon. I just had this story this morning about Americans and vacations. And there was some statistic that like 70% of Americans, when they're on vacation, do something work related, like check email or call into the office. Right. So I guess you're in that 70%, LeAnn, since you're on your honeymoon.
I guess I am. There's 70% of calling into a radio station to do an interview.
But, it's for a good cause. So it's for a good cause. So.
Absolutely. Otherwise I'd be on my honeymoon. But if it wasn't for you guys, if it wasn't for the situation, I wouldn't be calling in. But I am, because we're doing it for a great cause.
Yeah. All right, my dear. Well, we can't wait to see you on Sunday. And, in addition to having you there, Eddie's going to be there, and that's awesome eye candy for us and for you. And we've got all that terrific memorabilia. I mean, Justin Bieber, we got something from him. We got something from Reba, Taylor, Tim McGraw, the cast of Glee. That is so cool.
Yeah, we've got a lot of great stuff. And you know what? And afterwards, if someone wants to hang out and have drinks with Eddie, we'll have a great time.